the hangover level in New Orleans this morning? Exactly.
Is it here?
I was expecting.
Here?
Very good.
I feel great. I'm not hungover at all. My voice is shredded though.
Oh no.
You busted it out at karaoke last night, DJ. I was very
Much
impressed.
to the chagrin of my bosses, they're not going to be happy when I go back to work on Tuesday.
It's okay, just rest that beautiful voice.
It's going to be fine.
It's gonna be okay. How are we all doing? Did we enjoy karaoke last night? Good. Good. Ooh, I was sweaty.
Who was at Adam and I panel yesterday? Does anyone the same one too? Do you remember some of the things we talked about? All right.
We want to raise the level a little bit today.
Here's the thing. No. No, I think we want to just play a little.
Refresh me, so because I'm here now. Now I'm worried.
The fun part for me at Autographs was the ultimate callback. 4 different couples claimed to be the couple next door to me last night. Which says a lot about this town as well.
And the audience.
Exactly. So congratulations.
So screwing next to you, is that what I'm doing?
No, it was an epic, like, clearly ecstasy, special K.
Oh,
I know.
Place of love, great.
2 to 10 through the clear
They
door.
got upgraded.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So what are we going to talk about today? Anyone got any topics?
Do people have questions?
Your favourite Scottish actresses?
My favourite Scottish actresses. Well, I do like what's her name? I can't even remember her name. She's got like red hair. She's a wee bit small. Dainty. Anyway, Julia Roberts. Thanks, Ruth.
You're out there. These lights are like, I feel like
I'm in a chorus line in a musical.
Exactly.
I think that's the idea.
Are there people in line yet?
There are loads, yeah. Well, we just have
can
got questions and then we can see here. How you doing?
Hey.
Good morning.
Morning. Hi,
Hi, Kristen.
DJ. This is Mr. Shizzles. I was wondering how Mr. Fizzles, my brother, is doing.
Where is that? Is that right here? Let me see this.
We met in the UK.
I mean, those lights are insane. You can't see anything.
Well, I think everyone's got.
Oh, hey, how are you? I have one of those in my bag. Like, I have actually. So the real Mr. Fizzles. Do you guys know Mr. Fizzles? What Mr. Fizzles is? Okay, so
I don't.
Okay, so Mr. Fizzles is a sock puppet that my character uses to talk to children. And so here's what some people don't know. Mr. Fizzles, the voice I used to voice that puppet was the only voice my dog would respond to. My dog was born with too much water on his brain, so he could only walk in a circle. He peed on my belongings for 10 years. Anyway, when he passed, the show sent him to me on the day before Christmas. And they never give out. They never give out props, ever. Like, I tried to take a silver bullet necklace, and they called me. Like, they won't let you have anything. They sent it to me. So I used to travel with him and bring him to these, but I zipped him into my luggage and fucked him up really bad, and it cost so much money to have him rewoven. I don't travel, so people at cons all over the world will make little ones and bring them.
Oh,
So
wow, Krista.
it's a really cool thing.
She blows it out of the world. That's so sweet. I rob stuff off the Supernatural set all the time.
They wouldn't let me take anything. Well, I'm a bad thief. Maybe you're a better thief than I am.
Well, no, it was actually my last day on Supernatural, and I was in Jared and Jensen's trailer, or one of their trailers, and they were like,
To his wallet.
they're like, keep that. The ring I had. And I was like, you shouldn't. Yeah, I'll keep that too, the watch. And so I walked off set with the ring and the watch, and I still have it.
They didn't call you?
No, and I was wondering why I never went back on the show. I think I found the answer finally. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
All right, it's kind of a weird one.
Okay.
So we know on the show that Dean loves busty Asian beauties. What kind of girls would your characters like?
I should actually be girls.
Well, I like hot blonde hunters that have like 2 swarthy sons.
And I like
That I also play with and hunt with.
male angels.
I like those in real life, but my character, obviously, petite blonde werewolves. My character's married.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all get very honest answers there. Hello.
Hi, my question
Garth was one of the most positive characters on the show, and his impact in kind of changing how we think about hunters was just really beneficial, I think, to the show.
Thank you.
A number of Garth's scenes help Dean explore non-toxic male friendship, and the show explore that dynamic as well. What do you think about your character's impact in that regard?
You know, that scene where he went at me in, I think it was Party on Garth, when he goes at me, like, he tries to alpha me and tell me, like, what my relationships are to other characters, and it was a really powerful thing, and we both wound up tearing up pretty big in that scene, and I think it's good, and actually, I was at a point in my life, too, where it sort of reflected what was actually happening to me in real life. Like, I was at a place where I'm just like, I'm not gonna see, what men do to each other is interesting. We size each other, you know, we sort of man each other, and a lot of it also is reflected in how we respond to each other's sexuality, you know what I mean? Like, gays or more feminine. And so, I was at a place in my life where I just had sort of enough of that, and I was getting to sort of a fuck you place about it. And once I decided not to put up with that shit anymore, like, everything around me started to change, and that was right around that time. And Garth got to stand up to him, and I was like, that was really cool. So yeah, it was going on in the show, and it was going on in my real life. And so yeah, thanks for acknowledging that.
Thank you so much.
Did it affect the way you played it, most stuff?
Well, actually, it was written without me even knowing that. I went on, I'm like, wow, I'm having these conversations with my closest friends right now. You know, we tend to overtalk people who are slighter than us, you know what I mean? And we're just learning not to do that anymore. And now people have the voice to be able to say, you can't do that to me. I'm not going to take it.
I'm not going to tolerate it.
Yeah, and I don't put up with anything anymore.
Here, good for you.
And especially like words, like, you know, we'll throw around words, pejoratives about all kinds of people, and you don't have to be a dick about it. You can say, hey, you know what? We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So
I think that's half the battle, or where the success rate will really come is the reaction not being as confrontational as the reaction. And obviously, if someone's being degrading or whatever, that's a different thing. But if someone says something, you go, no, just don't use that anymore.
100%. If the goal is behavior change, unless something is egregious or threatening you, if you want to change somebody's mind, there's so many ways to approach it, but I found the best way to approach it is, hey, you know what, why are you doing that? Yeah. And so many times people challenge things that, like, dude, I'm a member of society, I'm a man. So many times people have called me out, people close to me, they're like, why do you think that joke is funny? And I'm like, I don't know, but I guess I do sort of resort to this or that kind of humor, and it's defensive. Yeah. We're walking around so defensive, like, hey, at least I'm not that person, or I'm not that person, or I'm not that person. And we're now in a place where it's just like, hey dude, why is that funny to you?
The tearing down of the caste system almost.
That's right. That's right.
Well, long may it last. I mean, continue, not the caste system. Hi.
Hi. So I have jokes to say to DJ. Like, after last night's karaoke shenanigans, I have a new profound love for you. Like, you are freaking amazing. I also have a question for you. In the scene when you get to yell, like, you got Garth, how fun was that to do? Like, can you just do it for us?
Oh, you mean when I say you got Garth, but I like the match thingy?
Yes.
Well, it's gonna sound a lot different now with this voice. The funny thing about that is, do you remember this? Do you remember this scene when, like, I strike the match and I burn I think the soul for the grave or whatever, and I'm supposed to flip my jacket over my shoulder and walk away? And in Garth's big epic, like, slow motion walk away, I flipped the jacket and it went over my head. Do you remember this? And that's what they use. So after this, it's sort of like, it's kind of an iconic moment. It's like slow motion, the flames are going up, I'm walking away, and then boom, comes right over my head, and I'm like, fuck, I can't have anything. But, I mean, look, hey, you've been Garthed. It actually sounds maybe a little sexier with the gravel.
Hello.
Hey. So my question's for all of y'all. What is y'all's favorite part of the convention weekends? Anywhere that like y'all travel, what's y'all's favorite part?
What's our favorite part of the convention weekend? I love these. I love the panels. I always have. It's kind of myself and David anyway. I've cultivated a thing of messing on stage and like not so performative, but kind of, and it almost gets to that theatrical place. That's why we are here in the first place. So yeah, I love the panels.
My favorite part is the private meet and greets, because that's where I really get to know people's stories. I always start with names. I go around the circle, we get a little mini story from everybody. Because I really love, the best thing about this part is meeting people from all over the world, from all over the country, and getting their stories and connect. I like intimacy and human stories and really relating. So I love that intimate, authentic, kind of private experience where you sort of let down your guard a bit and it's a safe space and you can really talk about. I've had some incredibly moving and fascinating and hilarious conversations in the meet and greets, and I just love everyone's story and why they're here. So I get a lot out of them.
And she's actually got you to answer her favorite question as well, which is
I know.
tricked you in.
Tricks me.
Well done. And that's true as well. You know, there's so many parts. It's hard. And when hearing you say that meet and greets, I'm like, yeah, well that too. So it's kind of hard. Sorry, did you?
I agree. The panels for me are my favorite because I run my panel like a game show. I don't know if you've ever played the world's crappiest game show, but it's a fun thing that I've sort of become known for. And it empties out my bag because I never throw anything away. So I always like, do you guys know what
I heard about the pill bomb yesterday, was it?
See, I used to give away gold-plated toothbrushes. I got high once back when I was smoking weed. I stopped because I'm not good at it. But I got high once right when weed first became legal in California, and I bought 144 gold-plated toothbrushes, high as a kite. And from this company in Italy that makes them, and so suddenly I have a gross of toothbrushes. So I started bringing them to panels, and I was like, I'm going to give one away per panel, or 3 a weekend. And so I've run out of them. So now, somebody got like a shampoo bottle from Greece, or my vitamin bottle emptied out. So I signed that. So it's whatever I've got on me. That's cool. And it's fun. It cleans out my bag, and I get to know people. And it also encourages interactions. People ask us. We get to a lot of people at my panels. So it's fun.
That's great. It's a good idea. Creative. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. My question is for DJ. As a fellow Tennessean,
I knew where you were from in 3 seconds.
I love it.
Southerners are like dogs. There's a Southerner here. So once me and my first boyfriend he was Irish, and we were in, but he hated being Irish, so he had a British accent. What? There's a lot of that. A lot of guys, a lot of young guys, Irish guys will move to London and adopt a British accent. Jim Jeffries did it. When he moved from Australia, he had a British accent suddenly. Anyway, what was I talking about that? Oh yeah. We were in the Paris airport, and this guy, he's talking. I'm like, there's a Southerner here, I hear it. And so I'm like, hey, where are you from? And he was like, Texas, where are you from? So we started talking, so Patrick's doing this. Do you understand us? So the guy says this. The guy from Texas goes, y'all been in Paris? And I was like, yeah, we have. And Patrick went, Paris of what? And I'm like, no, he's asking if we've been in Paris. And then the guy said, dropped off the tower? And we're like, we did, we sure did. He was like, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I was like, you asked if we went up to the Eiffel Tower. Anyway, ask your question. It's been a while since I've been back in the South, so I'm excited. Talk.
What do you miss most about home when you're away?
Home when I'm away? Cracker Barrel. I miss the pinto beans and the turnip greens. Biscuits and gravy, like nobody's business. But also, I love a late night drunk Waffle House run. And crystals. I know they're terrible, but I like crystals. And I'll eat them sober.
What's crystal?
Crystal is like a White Castle, but it makes me mad when people call them White Castles. They're little square hamburgers, and y'all know crystals, right? And every time you eat one, every time you eat a bag of them, and you feel sick every time. Like every time, right? You never don't feel sick when you eat crystals, but we can't stop eating them. It's a thing down here.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for that question.
Thank you.
What's your name and you guess at the number? I know, right? I'm playing the game in my head. Hello.
Hi. So my question is for all of you. I know Adam and DJ were at karaoke last night, and it was like super fun. What is y'all's go-to karaoke song?
I am such an awful singer. I don't really have one. Let me think. I'll make up if I had to. Okay, give me a second. You go.
The karaoke actually has become my favorite thing to do. It's so much fun. I really like being on stage with you. It's fun.
You feel like a rock star for a minute. When you don't have the balls to go do Saturday Night Special, like kill it like Dave does with Faith, you can try and pretend you're a bit of a rock star with the microphones in the audience.
Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. That's probably the one I do the most. It's easy and everybody knows it. It's a good one.
My go-to used to be Faith by George Michael for karaoke. But then, because of this amazing band and Rob Benedict, who asked me in Germany to say, hey, you wanna sit in and do an acoustic number with me? And da-da-da-da-da. I was like, yeah, I sort of got this thing in my back pocket. I used to do a karaoke. He's like, well, let's do a pared down version. Now the band lets me do it, so that's
rock. Are you doing it tonight?
Not doing it tonight. Got dinner with Davey.
Okay.
But yeah, so Faith has now become my SNS special thanks to these incredible guys, and that's such a thrill.
What should my karaoke song be? Say it again? Oh yeah, that was great last night. Bitch was fucking awesome last night.
That was bitch. I was losing my mind. Because it was sped up, right? It was sped up.
Oh no, it was a shit show. It was an absolute shit show. It was the wrong track.
But nobody could accept it. Like I kept saying, I think this is the dance version, but nobody was responding to me. So I was like, no, it's faster. It's faster. I started directing people. Remember?
Yeah, it was confusing.
It was confusing as hell.
I'm gonna try and knock that one out of the park maybe sometime soon, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Not the sped up version, the original. I don't know what was going on last night. That was crazy. It was your friend in the corner. She was like, this is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
She called it in the end.
I was like, what the hell is happening right now?
It was weird.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi. Hello. So, since y'all are in the Big Easy, the episode where Sam, Dean, and Garth have to get like really intoxicated to fight the monster, I hope y'all's alcohol intolerance isn't that low here. So,
mine is way higher than my character, for sure.
I don't know, you said, oh, I'm drunk after one beer.
That did not happen. Well, that's actually never happened to me.
I would like to say my tolerance is higher than my character, but in that episode was a ladies drink free when everyone's rottenly hungover and Sam and Dean are like leaning across the table. They're like, whoa, and I come in like all suited up and get the tomato juice out of the fridge, and I say, any vodka? And yeah, Mick was a big drinker, so I think it's about the same.
I had my first drink at a bar in a long time, and it happened to be in New Orleans. And I just had a nice little wanderlust and just got lost a little bit and found myself in this nice, cool little Cajun bar. And I asked for just a double tequila, you know? And I got a tumbler of tequila. And I was like, I like New Orleans doubles compared to California doubles, let me tell you.
It's stupid to order a double here.
You shouldn't even?
Oh.
Well, see,
no, it's all alcohol.
I'm so used to this LA with your like little thimbles and they pour it in and it's like $18 a shot. And here it was like, yep, there was like a tumbler full of tequila. I was like, okay. And they were like, and you can walk around with it.
As long as it's in plastic.
We certainly love to drink down here.
Yeah. Last night we were drinking everything but our shoes. I actually I had a deal with my buddy Kevis when I was like, put iced tea in my shots, because people kept buying me shots. So he could get tipped on it, but I was getting to this place, and I started throwing them out. It's what you do down here.
You were doing shots?
Yeah, I was doing everything.
Good for you. I left at the right time. I left DJ at the bar last night. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
When he left, a bunch of my friends who I haven't seen in like 5 years showed up. So we went walking around, drinking. It was fun.
I regret it. How's your drinking intake? Oh, you're back there. It's all right. Okay, good. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
How are y'all doing?
You're doing very well.
My name is Irina,
Hi.
Hi.
and I have a two-part question about fan fiction. The first part is specifically for David, and the second part is for all of you.
Okay.
So, David, yesterday before Rob interrupted, you were going to give us an AO3 link to your favorite fan fiction. So we really just wanted to talk about
I never mentioned a link. I just said I remember a day that my eyes burned reading one, and it was one where
and stuck into a wall.
where Ketch was having sex with me. Ketch was having his way with me, David Haydn Jones.
Oh, you mean you in real life?
I'm gonna rip you a new hole.
That's your character. That's right. Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was like, that is so creative, and I felt like such a narcissist reading it. I was like, it's so many complicated feelings.
Did you enjoy it?
As I said, I had many complicated feelings.
You should do a reading of it as an event.
Oh, legit.
Have you guys...
So you before you go fuck yourself, you just said, listen, I've been there.
Now I can redirect you to the link. Have you guys ever done this? Have they ever allowed this, like a fanfic reading competition? No.
It just can't happen.
It just can't happen.
Dangerous. It's addictive.
I actually once at a convention showed some deep fakes that I screen grabbed and got into a little bit of something about that. I mean they're just penises. Every single person has one. When you've seen enough of them, they start looking like elbows. They really do.
Elbows.
My second part is...
Circumcised, I suppose. Thanks for that. Oh yeah, the second part of the question.
I was going to ask...
Sorry.
Well, I don't know if I should ask now, because I was going to ask each of you to give us a fanfic prompt, but now I'm a little nervous about that.
A fanfic prompt.
Involving your character. I guess David's given his.
Yeah, I don't think we can follow that really, can we?
Penises are like elbows. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't Google penises are like elbows, though.
You know this is scary.
That takes you down a rabbit hole.
You've already done it. Uncircumcised penises wouldn't really be like...
Oh, that gives new meaning to the word funny bone. It's quite humorous.
Amazing.
Oh, God. That is my humorous penis. Hi! What?
It's kind of hard to follow that question.
Try. Let's move on.
So this question is more about Ketch's character, because like I noticed like in season 15, like whenever he died, you know, it's kind of, oh, this is just another supernatural death. But then Rowena died that same episode. So did you know how chaotic and kind of like the shift was going to be that season? Or did you just view it as like, oh, this is just another supernatural death?
Oh, I never treated it as this is just another supernatural death. You know, the writers and the EPs on the show really like to keep it close to the vest. So it's like, you're not getting material, they don't play their hand, you really don't know. Like, even Jared told me, he's like, yeah, welcome to the club. I have no idea what's happening. Like, I just, you know, I maybe have 3 days in advance sometimes on an episode. So even Jensen and Jared have said, you're like, yeah, we don't know. And I like that because it's a sense of surprise. I like that Ketch's second death had a hint of redemption for some people and for himself. And the big thing for me was that he used the word friends probably for the first time and meant it to Sam and Dean. Does that make sense? Yeah. And he literally got his heart taken out just as he grew one.
Yeah, I mean, I remember
You know?
watching that. I remember watching that and thought to myself, like, oh, this season's going to be very chaotic and bad.
Correct.
And I remember, like, oh, Ketch died, and then, like, Rowena died. I was like, we've never had a really double whammy like that before.
Well, we had a fantasy, like even we were thinking that Rowena, when she became Queen of Hell, that Ketch was going to be her manservant in Hell to sort of follow up from their little chemistry experiment. But as it turns out, as you know, it's alternate universe canon, pre-COVID canon that Ketch and Mick made it to was going to make it to Dean's Heaven, but of course with the border closed down, so they had to rewrite the whole episode. So that was kind of nice to know that the writers did have a sense of redemption for our poor lad.
I had a bittersweet experience watching that episode. I cracked open a nice bottle of 52 Margaux when you died, and then I felt bad when Rowena died.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're shot before I did.
Lovely wine, though. Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good, man.
This is from Mr. Adam, Mr. David. When preparing for your roles as mental letters, what type of research did y'all do into other fraternal organizations? So, such as like Freemasonry and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this yesterday. I'm more focused on the show and what all the men of letters were doing. And to get an understanding, because I hadn't seen the show before doing it, so I'm more focused on what the remit was for them, and then just built in some kind of Britishness, I suppose. Referring to characters in British cinema, British characters I've read about and learned of over the years. But Freemasons would have been an interesting one to research with.
I think we talked at the autograph table yesterday. We mentioned it. So one of the things that really helped me in terms of just when I saw the cross tattoo, did research on the cross, and in fact the fandom was amazing in terms of some social media research. There was this like incredible woman who knew all this. Like Knights Templar, and it was like the Presbyterian cross, but Knights Templar order. And I was kind of already nerdy and into Knights Templar stuff anyways, and sort of, this ideology and this purity test, which the Knights Templar and sort of the men of letters, the British men of letters anyways, certainly have a lot of parallels in terms of purity tests and ideology and cleansing and all that sort of stuff. So that was really helpful for me too. And then in terms of just when they decided they wanted a very posh, muckety-muck, upper crust, toffee-nosed Brit in the end. I love the movies of David Lean, and one of my favorite films is Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Oh, yeah.
And just all that old sort of 1950s, 60s, the World War II fix. Proper English gentleman and all
like Blackadder.
Yeah, exactly right. So stiff upper lip and all that. So I love all that old, military speak. Right, good, pit, and all that. So I sort of built that into the guy too, and then sort of found the hybrid after that.
Thanks, bud.
Hi guys.
Hi.
My question is for all of you. So besides your own characters, who are your favorite characters on the show?
Like ever?
Yeah. Any character from any season?
Jody Mills, probably. Ellen. Probably Ellen.
I'm a Crowley fan. I'm gonna go. Because when my roommate was watching it, and I would just sort of hop in and watch for a bit. I was just like, I just think Mark Sheppard is such an incredible character. Just such a. And his voice is so great. I mean, I love his voice.
And I've also just grown to love him so much in real life.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't stand him when I first met him.
I knew Mark, and I knew a kind of, he does evoke that kind of reaction from people. But like you, I do love him, and I did from the get-go. He's got a strong affiliation with Ireland. I think that kind of helped us bypass that barrier that he sometimes has. But for me, I don't know. It's hard for me to get past the actors playing the roles. I have such respect for them. Everyone on this stage, for example. But I've watched Mark Pellerino since the Lebowski days, and I just loved watching him do his thing. I just think he's an amazing actor, and the way he played Lucifer just blew my mind. So Pellegrino was for me, but yeah.
It's hard for me to watch. The more I know people, it's hard for me to watch. Is it the same for you? It's like I've seen you naked and crying in my bathroom. I can't believe your Academy Award nominated performance.
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen your elbow.
Exactly.
I've seen her elbow. And it's also because, like, you know, when your friends are watching you and stuff, and you start out acting, and your friends are like, yeah, but it was good, but it's weird. I
know that. Oh, I know that face. I know. I'm like,
well, and they also know your tells. You know, when you get like friends with actors, you're like, I know, I see a little bit of.
You know your lines there.
Yeah. You can kind of tell the poker, and it's you can't disappear as well into the suspending disbelief in the fantasy. Right?
Yeah, I'd rather watch other people.
Yeah.
Food Network. It's safe. I don't know anybody on it.
But thank you for that question. Appreciate it.
Which side are we on? This way?
Hi, so I know you already talked about like stealing stuff from the set, but I was wondering if any of you guys have stolen something really cool other than what you already talked about, or if you know anyone else who's stolen something.
From set, or have we stolen anything in life?
From the set.
Have we ever stolen anything from set?
Yes.
I just admitted it.
Well, yeah, but anything else, or do you know anybody else?
I feel like you're like getting a dossier on us. I'm going to send it to the WB. It's like we'll never work again. I never stole anything like props wise, but I did keep each pair of my saucy catch socks that I have to wear with my suits. We had awesome sock game. You don't really see it in the show very often, but Catch had some really nice saucy bespoke socks.
Just props or anything on set? I stole Jared's wallet. Jensen's wedding ring.
Oh, I stole your heart.
No. You stole the back of my fucking skull.
I always take my underwear. Do you take your underwear when it's provided? I always take it home.
You get underwear provided?
You don't get underwear provided?
I'm so A-list.
That's a thing you can do?
Yeah.
Your status is way higher.
They always leave me.
I suppose if you're you go commando mostly, right?
No, not anymore.
Well, do you need specialty underwear for your elbow?
No,
I love this as the new euphemism.
I see what you meant.
I'm going to use it forever. You get underwear? No, I'm actually legit serious.
I do underwear, and I always take them with me because I'm traumatized.
But do you write that? No, you can't send them back. Did you write that in your rider? I want underwear and wardrobe?
I don't know. I was just underwear and socks.
I've been on shows where I've been given underwear.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Dude, what's happening with all this? Well,
I'm old school though. I mean, back in the day, they gave you socks and underwear, so I've always gotten socks and underwear. I've always gotten them. And also, to limit fittings, I get first refusal. I get to keep things if I try them on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If I have more than one fitting. I get to start keeping things because back in the day
that aren't being used in the show.
What?
That aren't being used in the show.
Yeah.
So what happened to all the gear that is? Where is all that gear that was used in the show now?
It's warehoused.
Yeah, it's all warehouse.
Can we not buy it?
I want my 100. I'm in a lawsuit right now. I'm playing Hollywood because they have an outfit of mine that was supposed to be given to me. Yeah.
But we should break in and steal.
But not from Supernatural. I don't know. I want my hunter jacket from Supernatural.
I want all my suits.
So here's the thing. Here's the little nerdy inside sports though. Why they don't want to give their wardrobe away once they purchase it, and you really have to ask or write it in. I've done it for movies before where I've got a purchasable wardrobe and got to keep it, but that's because the studios, what they do with all this wardrobe, they store it, and obviously they want for other shows to pull from that, and then they'll tailor it or whatever. But here's the real thing they do. They depreciate all the wardrobe they buy over 12 years down to nothing, so that's a big accounting trick. That's why you don't get to keep the wardrobe, because they actually write down and depreciate the wardrobe.
And then
accounting 101.
And then they sell that stuff to play in Hollywood.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And then they offload it to
those cheap bastards. I want my clothes.
But they're making money on their wardrobe, right? They write it up. There you go.
Hey guys, I was just wondering, have you eaten anything really good while you've been down here? I'm local, so I'm like super interested in knowing what everyone's eating.
I actually haven't, not yet, no. Like the last time I was here, I had so many great meals, and myself and Dave are going for lunch today. And so I'm planning, oh, sorry, no, I tell a lie. Last night, myself, Jake, and Sam, and almost DJ for 5 seconds, had dinner. Where were you?
Y'all eat at Dominica in Roosevelt.
And I had the best lasagna I've ever had, but I only had 3 bites of it. It was fucking huge.
This motherfucker talking about
And then I brought it back.
Talking about lasagna since. Everybody actually in the van today, they were talking about you talking about lasagna.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was delicious. I was absolutely delicious.
I had some blackened Cajun shrimp jambalaya, which was freaking delicious, and you could tell like it was authentic. And then I also had a fried blue crab cake. And then
was it a blue crab or was it a?
And it was blue crab. No, yeah, it was blue crab crab cake. And then I had this is my revelation. Y'all, I don't know if it's a Southern thing or this is a Nolan thing. It was jalapeno in the coleslaw.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Jalapeno coleslaw, game changer. It's changed my life. I'll never make coleslaw without a little jalapeno in there again.
Yeah, if you get jalapeno cornbread, it's like a revelation.
We had some last night.
That's the real stuff.
And the fried cauliflower, the baked cauliflower with the mozzarella. Is it mozzarella that's on it? Oh, Jesus.
So good, guys.
Oh my God, I'm actually getting hungry.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah.
I'm starving now.
I purposely did not eat at all this morning because I'm gonna like blow it out for lunch. We got a big gap, so I got a nice restaurant.
That's so kind of you to offer to take me to lunch.
I had a Cuban from Goshan. I had the blackened chicken salad from Ernst Cafe. Just all the things that I like to eat when I was here. I've sort of been going around and just
I'm definitely having a Sazerac today as well.
Oh, they're good. You go to there's like the Carousel Bar in the corner. I think they invented them there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Great recommendations. Hello.
Hi. So I had kind of like a funny question, but it's for all of you. So if you could gender bend anyone in the cast, who would it be?
Gender bend? Anyone in the cast?
What does that mean?
Like if it was one of the male casts and they could be female, or the female cast and they could be male.
Okay.
I would totally make Dean a woman. and go hunting with her. Him.
Would you cheat on Mary with female Dean?
In a minute.
You're such a slut.
I would cheat on Mary with male Dean.
I think Nick.
Mom says the same.
I'm just saying. You're welcome, AO3.
I think Nick definitely would have had a crush on the female Sam. But for me personally, I don't know. Maybe Cass. Female Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Crowley as a woman though?
Still with the beard. Hello. You alright?
Amazing.
I'm down for a pitch, so.
Well, that's kind of cool, but talking about gender bending, this actually happened in the show where like just a great performance happens, and Dr. Hess, who is our boss in the British Men of Letters, was written as this old, stodgy, like very old white man, and then the actress who came in they just opened it up, and it was just, she just crushed it, so it was like, again, so there's opportunity.
Very famous Canadian theater actress.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember her name.
Yeah.
And Michael was a few people too, like different genders.
Oh, that's good.
Great question, thank you.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Summer.
Hiya, Summer.
I first want to say that DJ, Garth is the only character that's made me laugh as hard as I ever have laughed.
Thank you.
And then my question is for Adam and David. If you were able to rewrite your character's deaths, what would it be?
I would be facing the other way. I'd see that fucking coming. Like, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, like Dr. Hess is like, I'm like in the middle of my rant.
You think she's
I'm gonna get you now.
She's doing charades with Ketch. She's like,
what's this fucking nasty habit you got there?
hey, look at this. I would have just put my death at the end of season 15 and given myself 10 more episodes. That's the actor in me. And just gone out in the apocalypse.
Hi, I'll just stick it to the last one. Come on, fire it out. Rob's chilled.
Hey, my question is for DJ.
Okay, no, actually, you can sit down.
So, considering all your experience and that everybody's got one, who's got the best elbow on the cast?
Thank you and good night. I like my own elbow. Good question.
Great question. Good answer.
All right, everybody, how'd they do? Give it up one more time, Adam, Fergus, David, Haydn, Jones, and DJ Qualls!
All right, guys, now we're gonna have an auction and then a bit of an intermission before we bring in Mr. Collins later this afternoon. So enjoy your auction. We always like to say you can buy a life-size picture of Misha Collins, or for the same price, 5 pictures of me. Thank you. Thanks so much. Enjoy the auction, enjoy the intermission. We're doing great. See you in a bit.